back to the RostyMaths channel. Welcome to my Year 7 series. And as you can see, as I go along, I've been highlighting the videos I've done so far. We're still at the very beginning of this series, so there's quite a long way to go, but we're still at the beginning. In today's lesson, we're going to go to highest common factor, or HCF. So let's just jump straight into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video if this video is really good for you, and don't forget to share it with other people that might need it. Anyway, I've pre-populated my numbers over here. So we're going to start with these two numbers first. We're going to go for the highest common factor. Now I'm going to show you the slow way that you would probably do in primary school, but we are talking about year 7 now. So you're in secondary school, you're in your first year in secondary school. I'm going to show you that way after. Let's go through the slow way first. So in one of my videos, I covered what factors are. So that's what I'm about to do now. I'm about to do a spider diagram. If you haven't watched that video yet, don't forget that I am doing this in a specific order for a reason. Okay, so I have covered factors. It's one of my first videos I've covered. Before you go on to what I'm about to do now, it's really important that you check that video out. All right, here we go. So factors. So I'm going to go for my spider diagram. So I'm draw my spider diagram. So I'm going to find the factors of 35. So I know 1 times 35 gives me 35. I also know that 7 times 5 gives me 35. And that's my lot. I don't have anything else that I can use on there. Now I'm going to go for the 45 and do the same thing. So I know 1 times 45 gives me 45. I know that 9 times 5 gives me 45. And I also know that 3 times 15 gives me 45. And I think that's my lot there. Obviously, if I've forgotten one, plunk it in the comments below. But I think that's it. Now, what is my highest common factor? Let's unpack that. So highest. That basically means the biggest. And then that word common means the same. So I'm looking for the biggest factor that's the same between these two numbers. So, and then obviously factor means factor. So it's the number that goes into another number without leaving a remainder. But again, check that video out on factors if this is a bit weird for you. So highest common factor is normally written as my HCF. Okay, so please look out for those. This is how we do it in the UK. Anyway, so what I'm looking for now, so I'm looking at the factors of these numbers, and I'm looking for the biggest one that's the same. Well, I can see that this has a 5 and that has a 5. It's the same between the two numbers, and it's also the biggest one. So basically, that's my highest common factor. It is 5. Now, that took a little bit of doing, and I had to really rack my brain to remember, did I get all my factors of 45? Did I get all my factors of 35? What if my times table is not really that hot? Then if it's not that hot, then what we'll do is we're going to do this second method, which I'm going to tell you about now. So we're going to go back for our 35 and our 45. And we'll use our factor tree to help us out. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look for that video that I've done just before this one called Prime Factors. Make sure you watch that video to understand what I'm about to do. So here we go. Factor tree. Well, 7 times 5 are the only ones I'm going to use here, and they are both prime numbers, so I circle them. And then I'm going to do the 45 now. So 45 will be 5 times 9. I will circle the 5 but not the 9, and that's because 9 is not prime. And then I'm going to split that 9 up now into 3 times 3, and I'll circle those 2 3s, and then there we go. Alright, now that I've done that, what I normally tell students to do, and I'm going to show you that now because we're going to need it when we go to lowest common multiple. I would ask them to draw a quick Venn diagram for me like that. This one's going to have 35 and this one's going to have 45. And what you're going to look for, listen very carefully, you're going to look for the common factors that go in the middle. So it's the same factors between the 35 and the 45, and you put them in the middle. Well, I can see they both have 5s. So I'm going to highlight those 5s, and I'm going to put the common factor of 5 in the middle. Notice that I've only written it once. I did not write it 2 times. Okay, it's really important that you get that particular thing right. So once I find my common factor, write it once in the middle, or factors actually, there'd be more. And then anything that's left, that 7 is left, that goes out there. And these double 3s are left, and they go out here. And then that's my Venn diagram done. Now that I've got my Venn diagram done, I can now tell you that my highest common factor is 5, because the highest common factor is the thing in the middle. Okay, so that's my highest common factor, is right in the middle here. Whatever is in the middle, take them out, multiply them, and that's you finished there. All right, I hope that was pretty easy. I'm going to quickly whiz through this one, but I'm going to use this method because I really like the prime factor method. It's so much quicker than having to rack your brains trying to remember how many factors are in this particular number. So let's do 18 and 24. Well, looking at it, you can probably guess what the highest common factor is just by looking at it. But today, what I'm showing you is a method so that when the numbers get a bit bigger, you can use that written method and be confident that you've got the right answer. Anyway, let's do 18 and 24. And for that, I am going to change the color of my pen. So let's go for 18. So 18 is an even number, so 2 times 9. If you watch my video, don't forget, I'll tell you why I've used an 2 there. And 9 is going to be 3 times 3. So we'll circle those. So this is now finished. It's only prime numbers here. Now let's do the 24. So 24 will be 2 times 12 to give me 24. Then I'm going to split that 12 now into 2 times 6. And then I'm going to split that 6 into 2 times 3. And now I'm finished. So all I've got here are just prime numbers. So that's done. Do the same thing we've done over there. Get your Venn diagram going. That's 18 and that's 24. And then look for the common factors. Well, we've got a pair of 2s here. So I'm going to color them in and I'm going to put one of the 2s in the middle there. Remember, you're only writing it once. When you find a pair, only write the pair once. Do not write it twice. Then I've got a pair of 3s here, I can see, so I'll color in one of the 3s. So that's one of the 3s there with that 3. So that 3 will go in there. And then I've got no more pairs left, okay, because there's only one lonely 3 there and a couple of 2s. So I'm going to put the 3 here and a couple of 2s in there. And where is my highest common factor? It's in the middle. So if my highest common factor is in the middle, just take out the numbers in the middle. Highest common factor is equal to 2 times 3, which is 6, and this is done. Okay, so this proves the method works. You could have looked at it and know that it was 6 if your times table is pretty solid, but that's how the method works. All right, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that you've learned something new, and if you did, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with somebody else that might need to see this. This lesson of highest common factor is now finished. The next lesson will be lowest common multiple, and then we are done with factors, multiples, and primes. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep coming back for more content. That's all for now. Peace.